Hello everyone, guess who's back? It's me, your enemy. So, I have spent the last hour or so fixing this thing up for the video. It was perfectly fine before, but I figured that neutral and drive pedal being bad, I may as well replace it so I don't have to press down the neutral button even further in order to move it. Oh yeah, also, I'll tell you that in the end of the video. I did something to modify it. So, since I managed to eliminate this one's transmission line because it runs faster than the Avalier 2, it had a bit of a transmission line. I also increased it by putting in the old white gears from the G6 and put the Centria gears in the G6 and the G6 gears in the Centria. That's how I meant. So, completely by chance, my G6 is exactly like VAC Labs. I didn't mean for it to happen, but it is now. This thing runs slower with no more transmission line. Now, in the process of doing that, I managed to limit the ratcheting down to pretty good, right? And with the old transmission gears, it pushes way easier and it should have a whine, right? No. But with all of the adjustments I did, it also is constantly going in one direction. I'll repeat. And with it only going in one direction, needing to force it to go to the other, it's a little bit funky chunky with how it moves, but as it wears in, because of the extra speed, it will wear faster. It works out, I guess. And with the faster speed, it cleans better, and it also moves faster than any other Kirby I've got. And that extra in the wind down is purely because of the, tighter belt. So it makes a little bit of as it runs down. But other than that, it's friggin' brilliant. You can tell that I had to gut some parts from the old G3 transmission. And if you're wondering, just for the sake of people wondering, the Kirby G3 has a transmission in it. It works just fine. No need to worry. The G3, I replaced its transmission as soon as I got it with one from the Kirby shop, because it was bad in the first place. I checked it, it was all worn out inside. So I just gutted it for parts. In fact, here it is. And I replaced the wheels so it would fit in with the neutral and drive pedal, and honestly it just kind of looks sick. Now, I'm going to bring the G3 down. I'll be back in a second. Okay, here's the G3 if you were wondering. Yes, it has transmission, has a neutral and drive pedal. So does this one. This pedal, I don't know why it was crap, but it just is. Because that. Yeah, that tended to just separate. So I just replaced it all together with one of those solid G3 ones. Now, you'll just have to take my word for it that the G6 does in fact run way slower now. Seems like the G10 is being rude. Okay, let me move my crap and then we'll enjoy some vacuuming. And while I move my crap, let's talk about stuff. So, well, let's just talk about vacs, because every single other thing in my life is currently on the edge of whether it is or isn't happening. Other than mower stuff, because on Wednesday, I'm going to be trading in my mower for one of those old 2-cycle lawn boys. I'm kind of excited for it, because after all, favorite mower ever is Lawn Boy. Come here. Come here. Bear. Bear. There. So, Kellen, tell us about yourself. Brilliant information. I think that the world could do with that info. Well, I guess I managed to get 30% on an extreme demon in Geometry Dash, even though I haven't even beaten Club Step or Electrodynamics. I'm working on Club Step. So, and the extreme demon was, I think, Bloodbath or Bloodlust. I managed to get to the Michigan part. I'm sorry, it's just tired, so I'm not quite sure when the Michigan part is. But all I know is I got to either 30% or the Michigan part. Boy, is it not fun to do when you're underskilled. Now, well, So, that's the G10D. Now, let's move on to the G3. It's, after all, close to his 20th birthday. Now, if you're wondering why the G10 has the bag of a 2006 model when it's actually a 2013 model. So, I was at the Kirby store, I was like, hey, while I'm getting the Kirby G10, I may as well get the bag I like, because it had one of the fancy new mTORs, but I liked the sideways style zipper from when I had my G7. And I kind of missed it, so just got it. I just flippity-flopped the bag, and that also cheapened up the price significantly. Now, next thing I'm gonna do at the Kirby store is buy a parts Kirby. Because sometimes you just need bits and pieces to get along with your day. Because as you could tell with that G10, they were necessary. Okay. I was going to do a section about wrapping up the cords. I just wrapped up the cords. But I think it's more important I do a face reveal instead. Because after all, have you ever seen it? And pardon our messy bathroom,